Sure. Sure.
Again, you are mute, ma'am.
I'm trying, wait, I'm trying to resolve the problem first. Okay. Check consumer data. All right. So good evening, everyone. You can hear my voice, right? I hope there's there's any issues for now lah. Okay. So good evening, and thank you so much for Education and Test Research for inviting me today to talk a little bit on nutrition labeling. So my name is Nur Auni Aqilah binti Muhammad Asri. I'm actually a nutritionist from one of the private sector company. Okay, so out of all topics that, oh, by the way, we try to make this session as a two-way communication. So if you guys have any question, justification, or anything that you guys want to share, you guys can just unmute yourself and just talk. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next slide. So what is actually a nutrition labeling? Does anyone know what actually a nutrition labeling? Okay, never mind. All right, so nutrition labeling is actually composed of these three things right here. First one is nutrition facts, the one that we can see behind of the box of our products lah. Then the second one is the ingredients list, means the list of the food ingredient that we can see behind of any commercial products that we eating. Then the last one is a nutrition claim, like maybe the product has high calcium, the product has high iron and high potassium whatsoever. Okay. All right. So why is this so important for us to understand or to know the nutrition labeling? Because first one, it can help us to make a better product comparison. Just imagine you guys have two product in your hand, product A and also product B. So you guys can simply see in their nutrition facts and then compare and try to compare either this one is good or this one is good. Okay. Then the second one, because we as ourselves, of course, we want a nutrient-dense food that rich with a nutrients, right? Not with a zero calories food. So that's why it is so important lah for us to see the nutrition facts to ensure we receive nutrients rich food. Okay. And then the third one, it helps us to make a better choice according to our health concern. Because in our age, I mean, like I'm 24 years old, and in my age, I have friends who have hypertension. I have had friends who have hypercholesterolemia. So at least this group of people can make a better choice according to the nutrition facts. For them to actually know what nutrient is best for them, and maybe they can cut down some of the unimportant nutrients, such as not unimportant nutrients, unimportant things like sugar, trans fat, and whatsoever. And then lastly, better product or medication effectiveness lah. This one actually applied for the supplements. For example, if you go to the supplementation shop, right? And then you'll be looking in terms of their nutrition facts. Right there, they actually stated how much is the active ingredient inside. So at least you're not gonna be deceived by them. Okay, at least you know how's the potency of the ingredients, and then you know how much the ingredients inside. What if you pay like $100, but you'll be receiving only like 10% of the active ingredient? Of course, we feel like deceived by them, right? So at least if we get a product who has at least 80% of the active ingredients, we at least can get a better product effectiveness lah. Okay. All right, so this is the nutrition facts that I'm talking about just now. Normally, what you guys see when you look at these things behind of the food products. Does anyone wants to get some answer right here? Want to give some answer? You can unmute yourself if you want to. Time to turn this conversation. Can be trusted or can be trusted. What is okay, so as for me myself, right, what I'm looking for instead of nutrition facts, the first thing that maybe attract me to buy the product is because of the illustration or maybe the marketing, how they illustrated the product. So that's how actually sometimes what attracts me to buy some of the food. But instead of that, we actually can look at the nutrition fact as well. Sometimes we take this for granted, which we don't appreciate so much on the nutrition facts behind that, which actually can be beneficial for us. Okay, so we try to go part by part on these things for us to understand, so that we can do a better option after this. Okay, okay. So nutrition facts right here, you can see this is actually one from the internet and one from my kitchen. Okay, so in these things right here, you can see three different types of serving size. First one is serving size. Second one, serving per container. And last one is serving per 100 gram. So what does serving size tells you about is actually the amount of how much the population may be consumed for that product. For example, if you are having one box of cereals, right? Maybe we are having like 1 cup or 1 bowl of the cereals, right? So that is the serving size. It's telling you how much the population actually consume for that product. Okay. So for example, this one right here, serving size is 1 cup, is equivalent to 2 to 7 gram. So you'll be having for 1 cup, you'll be having 227 gram of that product. Let me put just right here. For example, the cereal sign. And then the things right here is for the oyster sauce. So in every serving is about 20 gram. So probably around 4 tablespoons. So if so that is the serving size. And the second one is a serving per container. Serving per container tells you how much you're gonna have for this product if you adhere to the serving size tells right here. For example, you see the serving size is 1 cup. So in terms of the serving per container, it has 4 servings per container. So means that you'll be having 4 times of the product if you adhere to the serving size stated right there. Okay. And then the last one is serving per 100 gram. Serving per 100 gram tells you in 100 gram of that product, how much the nutrients that you're going to have inside. Okay, so what is important for the serving per 100 gram? First one, you can make a comparison between 2 of the products. For example, you have 2 product in your hand, right? You can see, you can compare 2 of the product using the per 100 gram as well. Okay, in terms of the nutrient inside, in terms of the sugar, sodium, and whatsoever. And then the second one about the serving per 100 gram, you can actually identify the hidden sugar, and also hidden trans fat inside. Because sometimes when we look at the serving size, we cannot identify how much the trans fat inside, how much the sugar inside. Okay, because the serving size is way too smaller. For example, if the serving size is 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon is so much, like very little, right? So how you gonna see that product actually have hidden trans fat or hidden sugar or not is by looking at the 100 gram, the serving per 100 gram. Okay? Okay. Then the next one is daily value. So daily value tells you daily value actually it is according to standard population, 200 kilocalories, percentage of how many of these macronutrients you can be get by having this kind of product. For example, right here, you see the daily value for the total fat is 12%. So you'll be having 12% of the fat that you should be taking in a day from this product. Let me put just things right here, like this is a cereal, right? So you'll be having 12 grams of total of fat from this product. Okay. How we define a good daily value is by this range lah. If it is below 5%, it is a good it is a low daily value. 6 to 20%, it is a good daily value, and high should be around more than 21% lah. So you should be looking at this range whenever you see at the daily value. Okay. All right. So next one is total fat, types of fat. Okay. When we look at the nutrition facts behind of the boxes, right? The total fat there stated for 3 types. First one is saturated fat. Second one is poly or monounsaturated fat. And then the last one is trans fat. Okay. So talking about fat, right? Fat actually something that our body still needs, but in a moderation value. We cannot get like over fat, or else our body will be accumulated with the fat, and we will be exposed. We will expose ourselves to high risk of cardiovascular disease, high risk of hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, and so on. Okay, so what you should be alarming when you look at the types of fat is on the saturated fat and also trans fat, because these two is not a good fat. Good fat for the fat is poly and monounsaturated fat. Okay, so like you can see from here, the trans fat is 0, so it should be good enough lah. If it is more than, I mean, like maybe 5 grams, 10 grams, 100 grams. So that's not a good option for you. Okay. Then the next one is cholesterol lah. Cholesterol, you can see right here, this is daily value, 12%. You'll be having 12% of cholesterol. Okay. So another thing about cholesterol is actually our body also made the cholesterol. So you should be like concerned about this cholesterol daily value as well, because you're not gonna have to take much cholesterol in the food. Okay, and the other thing is, when you buy any plant-based product, right? You should be knowing that plant-based doesn't contribute to any cholesterol, because sometimes most of the commercial actually make you being so biased when you're buying the food. You're looking on the cholesterol. You are looking on the cholesterol side instead of the other nutrients that you should be looking at. So what you're going to put inside your mind is plant-based is no cholesterol. No cholesterol contributes. For example, if you buy any margarine or maybe you buy any palm oil, there's no cholesterol inside. Okay. So next one is this one. So this is the example for the coconut cream lah. So instead of you looking at the cholesterol, we should know obviously it is 0 mg. You should be looking at the other side of things lah. For example, the fat value, the sugar inside. Okay, like this one, comparing this and this, you see the fat inside of this is much more lesser compared with this one. So you should be getting this one compared to this one. Okay. This can avoid you from a deceitful marketing lah. Okay. All right. Then, okay. Next column talk about sodium, total carbohydrate, and also protein. So in this column, you should be looking at the okay, we go with the sodium first. So sodium recommendation by WHO is actually less than 5 grams per day. 5 grams per day should be around 1 teaspoon. So of course, even me myself, when I'm doing a home cooking, I'm not going to use more than 1 teaspoon per day. Okay, so it should be. But this product right here, the daily value of the sodium is 37%, which is way more higher lah for 1 serving. Okay, so this also you should be learning lah. And then for the total carbohydrate, you can see right here. Okay, total carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is actually the energy sources, the main energy sources for our body lah. So inside of the carbohydrate, you should be looking at the fiber and also total sugar, because carbohydrate incorporates of these two things lah, fiber and also total sugar. So in any product, you should be looking for high fiber food and low sugar and sodium ingredients are content. So right here, you'll be having 14% of the fiber inside of that food. Okay, then the total sugar right here is 6 grams. Okay. So, this one, what differs between total sugar and added sugar? Total sugar is naturally occurring sugar in food. For example, glucose, lactose. Lactose comes from the dairy. Fructose comes from the fruit. Okay, so that's defined the total sugar. The added sugar, on the other hand, is added sweetener that are not naturally in the food content lah. For example, maltodextrin, dextrose. So that's the added sugar. Added sugar is actually good, okay. I mean, it's fine enough to be added in a product because of the calorie is quite low. But then it still can spike up your blood glucose level. So that's why you should be looking at these things as well lah. Okay. Okay. So if you see things right here, right? What do you think? What contributes to 10 gram of the total sugar right here? Although this actually dried blueberries. Do you guys have any idea what's actually contributes to this 10 gram of the total sugar? You guys can put your answer in the chat box as well. What is trans fat? Can you please repeat? Okay. Okay, so Ali Bazat's asking in the chat box, what is trans fat? Trans fat is fat is a bad fat lah. It's a bad fat that we shouldn't take in any food. Okay, that we shouldn't take in any food lah. Carbohydrate. Okay, that we shouldn't take in any food. Okay, so trans fat actually can contributes to many health issues. Especially on your cardiovascular part. So you should be looking at the trans fat instead of the poly or mono or saturated. Because comparing saturated and trans fat is way more adverse. It will give you more adverse effects compared to the saturated fat. Okay. Carbohydrate. Yeah, correct. Carbohydrate. Yeah. So carbohydrate contributes to the total sugar. But the exact answer for this one is it comes from the dried blueberries has fructose inside, right? So fructose is the natural sugar. So that's why you see right here, it is with 0 gram of added sugar, but the total sugar is 10 grams. So 10 gram probably comes from the fructose, not from the added sugar. But in this kind of thing, you actually should be looking at the ingredient list as well, because sometimes they put the sweeteners inside, but maybe because of the serving size right here, so you cannot see what's the hidden sugar inside. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the answer. Okay. So this is the hidden sugar name that you can be looking up in in the nutrition facts or in the ingredients list behind of the box. Maltodextrin, barley malt, caramel, corn syrup, dextrose, aspartame. Okay, all of this is the hidden sugar name. So why do you think company put this thing inside of the food products, although they know that this actually shouldn't be there? Why do you think so? And as usual, you can write your answer in the chat box if you want to. Or maybe you can, yeah, maybe it's due to the taste, but the other thing is because of the preservative, and then in terms of the calorie, yeah, make the product more sweet. Yeah, make the product more sweet, but with a less calorie. And with the less calorie. But after all, this is still a sugar. This is still a sugar, right? So it still can spike up your blood sugar level. So yeah, you need to be looking at this one as well. Okay. Okay. Okay, so these two things, okay, these two products actually last time, last week I went to the market, so I saw these two things, and then I was like quite shocked with the ingredients inside, because you see both of these actually the same thing, but this product has more decent ingredients compared to this one. You see, it has sugar as well, but this one has sugar, has benzoic acid and citric acid, and they added with the aspartame. So these two things actually you need to look up as well lah. Because comparing with these two, this one is way more better compared to this one. So you also can make a comparison when you go to the market, and then you can see which one is a good preference for you, or a good option for you. Okay. All right. Then the next one, what you can look up in the nutrition labeling is the first three ingredients. So the first three ingredients actually tells you the dominancy or how much a percentage of the ingredients inside of the product. So you can see from the ingredients right here, this is totally like maybe 95% of the products comes from the enriched wheat flour lah. Okay. So this tells you the majority or the dominancy of the ingredients inside of the products. Just imagine if the first line of this is maltodextrin or sugar. So you totally can say that the product has maybe 70% of the sugar inside or maltodextrin inside, right? So these things actually you also can be looking at when you buy any food in the market lah. So like this product is okay lah, good enough because first it has enriched wheat flour inside. Does anyone of you know what is mean by the enriched, and the other one is fortified? Does anyone of you know what does it mean by enriched and fortified? You can put in the in the chat box as well. All right, it's okay. All right, so enrich actually enrich is okay. For example, in this product, they already have the calcium inside, but maybe the calcium lost during the processing process, right? So they added the same nutrients inside of the product, so that is meant by the enriched. Then the other one is fortified. Just imagine this product doesn't have any calcium inside, but the company wants to fortify or wants to add it calcium inside. So they put the calcium inside. So that remains by the fortified. It added the new nutrients inside because that product doesn't have any calcium, any potassium or iron inside, but they put the product inside. Okay, so that's the difference between enriched and fortified. Enriched, you're adding the same nutrients which they have in that product, but fortified, they added the new nutrients inside. Okay, so if you go to the market, you actually can be looking up at these two things because both of these actually have equivalently same lah. But if let's say your body needs more calcium, then you can go with the food with fortified with high calcium, with calcium. Okay, so this is also the thing that you can look up in the nutrition facts. All right, so these are some of the example of the ingredients that you should be avoid whenever you look at the first line of the ingredients. First one, in terms of the sugar and salt, especially in terms of the maltodextrin, dextrose, the one that I told you just now, right? And then the second one is refined. So what does it mean by refined? Okay, so refined means this product can spike up your blood sugar level. Okay, that means of the refined. Okay, bleach, on the other hand, means for example, you actually have two types of bleach and also unbleached flour. Bleached flour means they already remove all the bleach flour means they already remove all those good brands, husks and whatsoever in the wet flour. And unbleached means everything is still there. Means in terms of the brand, in terms of the husks, still there. Then last one is hydrogenated oil lah. Hydrogenated oil is it is partially to the trans fat, so you should be avoid these ingredients as well. If you look this ingredient in the first line of the ingredients of the foods that you are buying. Okay, all right. So these are two of the comparison that you can see right here. Things right here. First line of the ingredients is refined wheat flour. First already dah tunjuk dah refined kan. So this is not going to be a good option for you. But for this one, the first line of the ingredients is enriched high protein wheat. So we know that this is the best product choice compared to this one, right? And then the second one, sugar, yeast. So means most of this product is majorly have refined wheat flour, sugar, and also yeast lah. And then for this one, most of the ingredients inside is enriched high protein wheat flour and also purified water. By comparing both of these of course, this gonna be your this gonna be your option lah, because it has enriched high protein whey inside compared to this one, refined wheat flour. Okay. All right. So the next one that you can look up when you're buying any food in the market is HCL, Healthier Choice logo. So this actually has been made in other country as well lah. In another country as well, like Singapore, they also have their own Healthier Choice logo. So what this Healthier Choice logo tells you about is if let's say you have two products within the same range, okay lah, if let's say you have cereals in your hand, so comparing both of these cereals and these cereals, you see which one has HCL logo. So that's going to be your option. Okay, so HCL logo is actually by the Ministry of Health. Ministry of Health give this HCL logo because they adhere to the guidelines provided by the KKM. For example, KKM said 10%, this product must have 10% of less sugar, 10% of salt, 10% of fat, and this product adhere to that guidelines provided by KKM, so they can be granted with the HCL logo. But for example, if this product doesn't adhere with the guidelines stated by KKM, so they cannot get this HCL logo. So this also can be benefited by us lah as a consumer, because we can make a better choice which one is good for us, kan? So both of these are actually same, either red or black, still telling you the same thing. That's the healthier choice for you. Okay. Okay, the next thing is MFG, BB, and also EXP, expiry date. Some of us maybe think this is not a big issue, but actually there's some people that not know what does it mean for these three things lah, MFG, BB, and also EXP. So best before date, telling you the promised product properties quality means if let's say okay, I say lah, I have cereals in my hand. And this stated here the best before date is 12 let's say like December 24. So means that the quality inside of the product, the quality inside will be guaranteed until the date of the date stated. But after the date stated, the quality, you're not getting the same quality, the same nutrients that stated there lah. So that is best before date. Okay. Then the next one is MFG, manufacturing date. So it's telling you when is the date of this product has been manufactured. Okay, so for example, at least you can get a guess lah. You can get a guess. This product has been made 2 years later. So the best product to be consumed is within 2 years lah. So at least if after 2 years, maybe you can dispose lah that product. You cannot take that product. Okay, maybe the quality is not good enough lah. Okay, then the last one is EXP or expiry date. So this tells you the last day or month of food to consume. After that, you cannot consume that products anymore because of the quality, because of the component inside. I mean, in terms of the compound inside lah, is not good enough or maybe poisonous to you. So you cannot get the food after the expiry date. Okay. All right. Okay. So to sum up everything, right? If you don't want to see the nutrition fact, you also can see the traffic light system that being displayed in front of the products that you take lah. So this is the traffic light system. So green means that food has a low with salt. Okay. This color, yellow color right here, tells you in moderation, means the amount is still good enough to be taken, not too high and not too low. But the red one right here showing you that this product has high with a saturated fat lah. And it's when you can see right here, the daily value is also high, 36%. Okay, 36%, which you should be actually consume less than 21% can the daily value. So you also can be looking up at the traffic light system if you don't have any time to go through the nutrition facts. This also can be useful things for you as well. Okay. All right. Let me see some of the questions inside the chat box. Olive oil, like the sugar. Olive oil also prefer to use, but actually olive oil, they has different types of olive oil. And it actually for the different use as well, because some of the olive oil they cannot use for the dried for the deep fried, they only can use for the dressing. So this one I think the light olive oil is for the dressing, and the other one I'm not so sure the name of it, but that one can be used for the deep fried. Okay, so you can look up any in the internet as well the suitable olive oil to be used for the deep fried and also for the dressing. Okay, so what is the difference between these two logos? Actually, Fatima, actually these two logo actually are the same thing. Both are equally same. It's just the color. It's just the color. Okay, both of these is same logo. Pepsi has HCL logo. Pepsi has HCL logo. I don't think they have HCL logo inside. But if they do, maybe for the zero sugar, maybe they have the HCL logo because of the zero sugar. Because of that things lah. Ali Bazai asking, is it okay for health to take fruit as food for more than 50% by weight to fulfill the total daily requirements? Is it okay for health to take fruit as food for more than 50% by weight to fulfill the total daily requirements? Okay, Ali. Actually, 50% by weight, it is too much actually. Because for the fruits, right? It also has sugar inside. It also has sugar like fructose. Okay, you can take fruit, but cannot be too much lah. You can take it in moderation. And especially if you have any issues like diabetic, this should be allowed. Cannot be taking more than that lah. At least in a day you'll be having one serving is good enough for you. Two servings should be fine enough. But more than that is not too good. Okay. Is it injurious to health if we take after BB, after best before? No, because best before stating you in terms of the quality, you will not getting the promised quality of the product. For example, the product says you'll be having orange flavor of this product. Maybe you cannot get a taste after the BB. Because the promised quality is before the date. Okay, so you still can get you still can take the product before the in terms of the BB date, you still can take the product as long as it is not expired date lah. It doesn't cause any adverse effect to you. BB meaning we can still use it. It just might not be. Yes, correct. Correct, Siti Aisyah. BB means we still can use the product, but you will not getting the best quality of the product lah. Okay. All right. Please explain saturated fats and trans fat. Both of these, Mujahid asking on the saturated fats and also trans fat. So both of these are actually saturated fat. For example, you can get the saturated fat from the butter, from the margarine. It has high saturated fat. It has high saturated fat. But trans fat is, for example, you deep fry, you are using this oil for the deep fried chicken, right? And then you are using for repeatedly for many times. So that's actually cause the trans fat to happen. Okay, so comparing saturated fat and trans fat is much more adverse in terms of the effects compared to saturated fats. Should we memorize the daily value of each content to compare it with the product? No. You should not you can memorize if you want to, but you don't need to memorize lah. As long as you adhere to the guidelines provided, like less than 5% is a low DV, 6 to 20% is a good DV, should be enough for you. Okay. Being a nutrition, can you share some list of the eatable things for healthy lifestyle? You can adhere to the, in Malaysia, we have QQH, quarter health method. You can adhere to that QQH, suku separuh method, in order for you to have a healthy lifestyle. And the other thing, quarter half too, it comprises of a quarter of the carbo, means from the rice, from the noodles, and then what else? From the bread, so you can get quarter of it. Another quarter is for the protein sources. For example, the fish, the chicken, the meat. So the quarter comprised of that, and the half must come from the fruits and also veggie. Okay, and then the other one, at least you need to do 10K steps daily lah. If you do not if you don't doing any exercise, then you can do at least walking or brisk walk for 10K steps per day. So that's actually can contribute for good healthy lifestyle for you. Okay, and it also can help to lower down the risk for CVD, cardiovascular disease for you. John asking, all the packaging food and drinks nowadays are added with the preservative chemicals. Cholesterol is good for the brain. Many took statin to remove cholesterol. The lack of cholesterol in the brain cause of the dementia. Yeah, cholesterol is still good for the brain. Yeah, it's still good for the brain. Even our body also also do this cholesterol. But when we get more cholesterol from the foods, that can cause the adverse effect for us lah. So you still can get the cholesterol, but with the minimum amount. Okay, thanks, welcome, thanks, Juan, thanks, organizer, thanks. All right. That's for the questions. Okay, you all clear with the traffic light system, right? Yes. So this also you can look up when you're buying any food. Okay. All right, so I want to do some of the activities right here. So can you guys tell me which one is better? Either this food ingredients or this food ingredients?
Enriched one is, I think, better one.
Enriched, right? Correct. Enriched. Can you tell me why is this a better option compared to this one? Why you think so?
Because extra nutrients are added in this, but in the sugar directly we have more cholesterol and other things.
Correct. Because this one, the first ingredients listed is sugar. Okay? And the first listed ingredients is sugar. And this one, the first ingredient listed is enriched. And they use unbleached flour, which is a good option for you. But this one, the first one already a turn off sign now for you because you use sugar inside. And the second one is the second ingredients that they have inside this is enriched bleached flour. So that one is not a good option for you. So comparing this and this is a good option for you to take. Okay. And in fact, this one has more decent ingredients compared to this one. This one has so many preservative inside, right? Emulsifier and so on lah. Okay. All right. So let's do some comparison for this one. Does anyone want to try? Hello. Okay. All right. So for this one, right? We do some comparison right here. This one, the serving size is 2 tablespoons, and you'll be having 16 grams of the products. And then this one, 3 heaped tablespoons provides you 24 grams of the products, and will last you for 17 times if you adhere with the serving size stated. For this one, it will provide you for 19 times of the products if you adhere with the serving size. So comparing of this and that, the daily value right here tells you actually which one is the most optioned one for you lah. Okay, so I think this one is the most better compared to this one, right? Because in terms of the total fat, you see right here, total fat is 0, but this one has 4 grams of total fat. Okay, trans fat is okay, 0 gram. The cholesterol is less than 5 mg, but this one has 20 mg of the cholesterol, and it provides you 7%. 7% is still in a good DV, but comparing this and that, this is way more lesser compared to this one, right? Okay, so you can see right here, the total sugar. The total sugar is 6 grams, and this one is 8 grams. So this 6 grams actually comes from the because this one is milk, so probably comes from the lactose lah, but this one is doesn't, you cannot see the ingredients list kan. But comparing for this and that, this is a good option compared to this one, considering on the daily value and then in terms of fat and also the sugar. Okay, All right. Okay. So I think that's gonna be my last slide. So what I'm trying to say right here is you are what you eat. So everything you eat in a day doesn't matter coming from the natural food or coming from the product that you buy in the market, is still a food that build up yourself, to build up your healthy lifestyle, right? So you are what you eat. Okay. Apa yang you makan will build up self. All right. Okay, so does anyone has any question? Because I think this is my last slide. Yeah, this is going to be my last slide. LDL and HDL cholesterol are different for body. Yes, correct. LDL is bad cholesterol and HDL is good cholesterol. So you actually can do a test as well. Cholesterol test, blood test to look up which of the cholesterol level are high or low in your body. Okay, to look up in the LDL and HDL. All right. Although the high vitamins is second product. All right. Okay. So thank you so much for attending my session. I would like to collect some of the feedback from you guys. So you guys can can scan the QR code right here to give the feedbacks. Okay. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nur Auni Aqilah, for the wonderful sharing and all the insights of nutrition fact. So I hope you all got very interesting and important information from this sharing. So if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself or you can post in the chat box. You also requested to give the feedback scanning the QR code that has been displaying on the screen. So please scan and give your valuable feedback. So if there is no question, then we can take our group photo. And please don't forget to fill up the attendance forms. The certificate of participation will be provided to your email address. So please switch on your camera. Let's take a group photo. Here we have Madam Hamida Barsha. She is also a nutritionist. So, ma'am, you wanna share?
Hello. Very nice to meet with you. And I am Hamida Barsha. I'm from Bangladesh. So the food leveling procedure, the whole session was very nice. But I attended a few minutes later of this session, or the last portion of the period. So that was very nice. Thank you so much.
Welcome. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining.
Okay, so I will take the group photo now. So I will count 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Please keep smiling. Okay, we have 2 pages. The last page now. All right, thank you so much. I have already captured all the beautiful smile.
Thank you so much.
So once again, I would like to thank all of you for taking time to join with us from different countries, I would say, because here you can see most of the participants are masters and PhD students. And also we have professionals. We have participants from different countries. So once again, I would like to thank all of you and would like to see you again to our next event. So we will end our session here. So see you again. Till now, stay safe and take care.